Welcome back as we continue Women in Tech USA's second annual Water Month. I'm Stephanie Tatum with the United States chapter of Women in Tech. And in today's installment of our interview series, Women in Tech for Good, I'm speaking with Mesret, who is a project associate at Wellaware. Mesret is from Kenya. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in water and environmental engineering. She joined Wellaware as a project intern in 2020 and is now working for Wellaware in full-time capacity, where she designs water projects, trains partner communities on systems maintenance, and conducts site visits and reports on that project progress. So glad to have you here today, Mesret.
Thank you for having me, Stephanie.
Awesome. So we know kind of that brief bio, but wanted to give you a chance to tell us a little more about your background and how you entered your current role in the water sector.
Yes, that was a great introduction. My name is Mesret Endale Tadesa. I come from northern part of Kenya. Northern part of Kenya is a semi-arid region of Kenya, and it has scarcity of water and resources. I grew up in a family of 5, my mom and my 3 sisters. And yeah, that is where I come from and my family. I went to school in SKM Primary School and went to Daraja Academy. Daraja Academy is a school in Laikipia County where girls from humble background and with academic excellence are given a chance to have secondary education. This school was started by Tadesa and Jenilyn from California. That is where I got the chance to go to get my secondary school education. Afterwards, I was admitted to Egerton University in the year 2015. I joined Egerton to study water and environmental engineering, but my dream of going on with the course was cut short in the first semester. I had to defer my studies for 1 year, and then I went home and worked as a maid to find school fees for my education. But again, in 2016, the money that I gathered was not enough for my education. So on the verge of almost deferring my studies again, I got a scholarship, and that's how I started my university education. And here I am. I graduated on 29th July. I'm so much excited about this. It's a dream come true. Yeah, as a water and environmental engineer.
How amazing. Yeah, just that you persevered over those challenges and completed your dream. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And what inspired you to pursue that degree in water and environmental engineering?
Yeah, as I said earlier, where I come from has a scarcity of water and resources. And when I was applying for the courses that I was to take in the university, I always wanted to be an engineer, but I wasn't so sure about which engineering I need to take. I wanted electrical engineering, mechanical, and civil. Those are the basic engineering courses that was so common. So civil was my favorite. So when I was to apply, I wanted civil engineering, and but the qualifications, I didn't meet them. So I had to look for another course. As I was perusing through the courses, I came across water and environmental engineering under the Department of Civil Engineering at Egerton University. Then I'm like, wait, the problem that I want to solve for my community on water is here. And the course that I want to take in civil, it's all in one. So that was just a complete turnaround for me in line of my course. And I took the course because, you know, poverty, when we say poverty, is not all about lack of food, lack of the other basic needs, but also poverty means when you can't access other needs, including that water is a basic need. So if someone is poor, then they don't have access to clean water. And that is when poverty is all inclusive of that, water and basic needs. So water is a basic need, and the poverty in my society and in my family, that is what I wanted to end with my course. That is what I'm working on now.
So fantastic. And thank you for making that distinction on the access of water and how that contributes to poverty. We know that also affects women and girls disproportionately. So can you share a little more on how clean water and sanitation and not having that impacts women's lives?
Thank you, Stephanie. This is a direct question to me, not just because I'm a woman, but because I had that experience as I was growing up with my sisters and my mom. We didn't grow up with our dad because my parents divorced. So yeah, as we grew up, we had to look for all these resources ourselves. So as we grew up, we had to go for so many kilometers in search of water, because this region that I come from, there is no water, and the water that is there is not safe for drinking. So we had to go for so many kilometers. The earliest we could go was 5 a.m. and coming back was at 10 p.m.
Oh, wow.
And most of the time we had to come back empty. And the jerrycans we carry are 20-liter jerrycans. And sometimes when you go out, the sources of this water are water pans and hand-dug wells. And these water pans are the same point where the domestic animals and the wild animals drink water from. So when you come, the water is green. Since there is no other water, you just have to fetch that. And as I said, it's a water pan, so it's in a depression where the seasonal river flows. So you have to go down the depression, fetch the water, and then go up. At the end of it, you'll have to stop, take off your jerrycan from your back and start drinking the water. That was bad. Yes, yeah. So we had to drink that water, and by the time you reach home, since the water pan was far from home, a third of the jerrycan is gone. So you'll have to decide, will you wash your clothes with this water? Will you drink this water? Will you cook with this water? Will you bathe? So you have to prioritize which is drinking and cooking. And if you want to bathe, then you have to go to the water pan, which is usually once or twice a month, to go wash your clothes and take a shower. And this affects girls and women because we usually have menstruation periods. So your hygiene, the hygiene of girls goes really down. And the women are the ones who are asked for food in the evening in their families. So when there is no water, then they are not able to deliver their chores, to deliver the food that they are supposed to bring to the table. And people don't understand, so they just get angry at them, and it stigmatizes them so much.
Yeah, so many factors outside of their control, but it kind of compounds into more issues that then make it more challenging to do the basic tasks of a day. Wow, thank you, Mesret, for sharing that.
Thank you.
And in your role now, working to solve these issues, you're supporting water projects kind of from start to finish. So how does technology play a role in that? And just what are you guys doing to solve this issue?
Yeah, in terms of science, technology, and engineering, if we talk about science, the water that comes from the ground or that we catch from our roofs are not always clean. So there are some things that needs to be put in place to know if this water is safe for drinking. So we need to do the quality analysis, the water quality analysis. In this case, we need to know the physical, chemical, and biological parameters of our waters. the chemical parameters are like the nitrogen, the fluoride, sodium, and all those. And then the biological is the coliforms and all the bacteria that is in the water. And then the physical parameters is about of water, if the water, when you look at it, is it clean or there are some suspended solids in it? So we need to know all these parameters and if they meet the standards of good drinking water. If they don't, then we have to find a solution or a treatment for this water. And then in terms of technology and engineering, we do design of the systems. When we're installing the pump, we just don't choose any pump and then put into the borehole. We need to know which pump best fits the borehole according to the yield of the borehole and how far we want the water to go. Also, how the water, if we want the water to go to be distributed in the community, then we need to design the distribution system. Also in technology, thanks to Well Aware, we have the Well Beyond app that we use in the maintenance of the system. This is something that is missing in most of the projects out here. But in Well Aware's projects, we have 100% success because of this app that is helping us maintain and diagnose the systems that we have. So that's how we use science, technology, and engineering in our projects.
That's so great. Yeah, that all of those disciplines are being utilized to solve, different aspects of implementing a new water system. And so the technology landscape in the regions that you're developing these projects, what is that like? Are they adopting the app? How are they, using it? How do you think that might change in the future?
Yeah, thank you so much again on that, because it's exciting. That's what I also do in Well Aware, and training the communities how to use the app and how to fill the checklists and how they can communicate through the app to us, to our board members and to the donors. So in Sub-Saharan Africa, the commonly used device and that is widely spread is cell phone. So if you want to get to so many people and impact their lives through technology, then you have to use a cell phone. And in this case, for us, we're using an app that they can install in their cell phones. And thanks to our government, at least most of the rural areas have access to electricity, so they can be able to use their phones, and it's easy for them to fill the checklists as well. So any technology that needs to come up in future and needs to be impacted to the rural community has to come through the cell phone. Mm-hmm. So the future of technology, to me, is through a cell phone.
Yeah. Okay. So they're reliant on those cell phones, mobile devices, they're on the go. So having it there is the best place.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. That's good to know. And then last question, I wanted to just ask how you think other women in technology can use their skills to make a positive social impact. The work you're doing in technology is also making a difference in the lives of other people. So what would you say to other women who want to do the same?
Before any woman impacts another person or another woman or another girl, then she has to be proud of what she does and be able to stand for herself and say, this is how it is done and this is how it should be done. So if we want to impact other people in our society, then we have to be confident in ourselves first. So then the other thing is, after being proud and being confident in our work, then women should venture into the field of innovation and invention, not only doing the tasks as assigned. You see, because we are the ones who understand what other women are going through and what they need. So for us to be able to help them, then we need to find solutions for their problems. And by doing that, the solutions, we're the ones who should innovate them. I think it's just all about innovation and invention for us to solve our problems in the society.
Agree. Yeah, I love that you specifically mentioned innovation, just finding those ways to do it differently to bring about that change. So that is great advice.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, so want to wrap up in this last section with just some rapid fire statements. So I'll say the intro and then you'll complete it with your answer. So here goes the first one. Success to me means?
Basically achieving your goals. If your goal, can I continue with that? If your goal is reaching to a specific point in a given task or a given project, and then that is success. Yeah.
I like that. And next one, I stay motivated by?
I stay motivated by the fact that I'm being able to change my community through the work that I do.
So great. And last one, my work mantra is?
The positive results from the project, the smiles that I see on the faces of the communities that we impact through giving them clean water for drinking.
So inspirational, Mesret. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Amazing. So in the coming weeks, the Well Aware and Well Beyond team will be busting myths on clean water, helping us understand more of the nuances that go into water projects and the technology that powers them. So we invite you to join us by following along on Instagram and LinkedIn at Women in Tech USA. And if you'd like to follow Well Aware, you can find them on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Twitter, and also at their website, wellawareworld.org. So check them out and see all the wonderful work that they are doing.